What's up? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Ryan. This is Josh. Hello. We're actually able to put the keg in between us now.
You guys remember when we used to do that more often? Just the keg every episode?
It was just us bros being bros, having beer.
I really want to
Bullshitting.
just get slapped on the next podcast.
You keep saying that. You said you wanted to do that last episode.
I forgot. We had a lot going on. The new sound and stuff we were trying to get figured out.
Yeah. By the way, bear with us. Technical difficulties trying to get episodes uploaded. We're not smart.
We're listening. You guys are like, wow, that's 8-bit quality. So, we're working on getting it better. But the more we get, like, when we up the quality, we run into other issues. And now that we got supposedly better sound.
We got better sound.
It probably still sounds like that, what do you say, Android quality sound. He said better graphics, Android sound quality, though.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that I will say it is better than what we got there because it's actually picking up our highs and lows.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
it just sounds like we're in a tunnel.
We'll figure it out. I think, once we get this thing...
We're working on it for sure, though. We're actively trying to figure out how to make it sound better.
As long as we're able to get, like, the good premise and basis of it, then we can build from there.
Yeah.
But... like we get better quality, we get better sound, and then all of a sudden now I'm having issues trying to edit, and I mean, of course my job doesn't help because I try to do it mostly when I'm working.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm so used to having microphones in front of us. I don't like that. I don't have a microphone in front of me.
I don't have nothing in front of me.
Ooh. Oh my god.
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn that fan around.
That's all right.
We're going to get a little sweaty.
It's going to get sticky.
So, biggest controversy right now is fucking the Roblox community. And so, there's a YouTuber named Schlep who went on Roblox. He's been doing it for a while now. He's actually gotten 6 predators caught, arrested, tried, all that. Like, he's caught 6 of them, and that's what his YouTube and his social media was all about. Catching predators on there trying to groom children. And fucking, yeah, the CEO, Robert something, I don't know, dumbass, dipshit. He
instead of being like, hey, you're doing good work, he fucking bans him from Roblox.
Bans all of his accounts and then sends a cease and desist letter saying,
yeah.
But now he's fired.
Like, damn, he was one step away from catching me. What if I get a cease and desist letter for saying that?
No, dude, he's fired. Don't worry about it. He's fired.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
And it got so much attention that literally Chris Hanson's coming out the woodworks, and he's just going to be like, Roblox, why don't you just sit right there? Sit down. He's going to be in the servers.
He's got hackers keeping him from leaving the lobby, and it's in a house setup.
he's pulling people's avatars. He's
got his avatars. His name is the real Chris Hanson.
He's on his mic, and he's just like, why don't you just go ahead and sit right there?
The avatar dude just walks over and sits in the seat.
So what brings you on here?
I bought Roblox pizza just like you asked.
I brought Roblox pizza just like you asked. But yeah,
Diddy, what are you doing on Roblox? I brought the pizza, the baby oil.
Yeah, then you got all that. You got all that shit. Fucking, and like it amazes me. My first question is what the fuck are your administrators doing? Like, that's the whole point of them, is make sure like everybody's being
it's kind of like the whole thing with when it was Twitter at the time.
Yeah.
What were they all doing?
Making
office orgies and wine boxes, and then just banning people that didn't agree with their opinions.
Facts.
That's all it was. So I'm pretty sure that's all it was. Look, oh, you know what? No, I know what their admins were doing. Bumping ads. Look, I played Roblox with some friends because some of the scary maps look kind of interesting. Some of them were. But then, I stopped playing because I found other games I liked. I also just, every time you get in a lobby, just ads getting slapped in your face. Because I honestly had that same thought process. This is a kid's game, Like, why would I want to play that? And I'm like, okay, the horror games are actually kind of all right. But just, dude, I don't know if you think you were there with played a session with us.
I played a session with you, and that was the only
ads.
That was the only time I ever played, and I couldn't get into Roblox, and I just
that's because for some reason Bailey didn't want to do the horror stuff. Y'all went into these weird fucking maps with all these bouncy levels and death. I was like, okay.
And it's just not a game for me. I just don't see the point in it. And
I think that was the last time I played it too.
Yeah, and but what baffles me though is the fact that you got these administrators here that are supposed to be there monitoring the game, monitoring the players. That's what you pay them for. And you got people on there that are grooming children, and being just absolute disgusting human beings.
That's kind of the shitty part about games like that, though, is that you can't just. In the beginning, the game was built for kids. Right?
That's the biggest.
And then adults starting playing it that are the kids grew up and they just kept playing Roblox as the game. They grew with the game. Some of them became good people, good players, and loved the game and helped it build and adapt. Other people became some of those predators. You feel me? So then when it becomes that big, you can't just be like, okay, slap a different label on it, because it's a little more complicated than that.
No.
Because you're like, well, we got to protect our children. It's kind of hard to do with that. You like changing the rating of a game,
Well, it's not just changing the rating. It's like,
well, there's other things too. But I'm trying to explain how how difficult it would be to just.
Oh yeah, no. There's a lot of steps, a lot of procedures, a lot of different changes that would have to be made, and yeah, it's tough. But at the same time,
unfortunately, any game you make nowadays, you're gonna have that one fucking weirdo. Remember the bronies?
They're still a thing. They're still a thing. I mean, there's bronies in Magic the Gathering.
I know. That whole show and series and the lineup was meant to be for like little girls, and then for some reason you got 40-year-old men. Bronies. What?
Want to sit there and fuck horses. Did your mind immediately go back to the first episode that we did? All right, why did you?
Ryan was the first brony.
Dude, shut the fuck up. No.
Just because you put me in cotton up in the attic doesn't mean you ever stop the bronies.
You're a fucking prick. I hate you. Fucking hate you, dude.
Sparkles, I'm coming. And so are you. Oh, man. You're sick, bro.
I hope you crash your girlfriend's car on the way to your house so she has a reason to be pissed at you.
Hope it kills me. Anyways.
And we might get more subscribers if you do that. I'll sit there and hold a vigil for you.
Next week, so Josh died. That happened.
I'm hosting a vigil for you.
You're just gonna keep my memoriam picture right here in my spot.
I know exactly.
Just put the mic in front of it.
I'm gonna use AI for your voice.
Oh, dude, AI that would be kind of dope.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that might send me down a spiral of
literally upload these videos of just me on there and some videos you have of me, so the AI gets an idea of who I am and he can just be me.
As much as that'd be pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think my mental capacity could do that, because it's like I would still be holding on to your memory and like that is you, and I might go down a crazy fucking spiral of my best friend isn't dead, he's here with me. It's like, Brian, you saw him in the casket. He's dead. No, he's not.
See, the fact that you've actively thought this through already means that you're not going to have that problem.
No, I know I will.
No, I will. You won't have that issue. You got to figure it out.
No, you don't. You really don't know how teeter-totter my mental capacity would be for that.
It's okay. You'll be fine.
Dude, remember the time you played a prank on me saying that you were going to move?
No.
This was a couple of years ago. You said that you were going to leave, and I remember it because I was working at my last job. My partner was in the truck with me, and he actually heard you on speaker. And you were saying yeah, man, dude, I think I just need a new change of scenery, man. I'm gonna head out. I'm not gonna be here anymore. This area has too many bad memories for me. I just need someplace new, start over. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I hung up. And then
sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
And this is why I have such major trust issues with you, is because you could fuck with me and you make
Don't
it
worry,
so believable.
Liz said the same thing. She's like, I don't ever know if you're serious or not. And I'm like, fuck, I really need to just tone the jokes back a little bit.
But you gotta understand, like, after that phone call, I started crying in the truck. My partner's like, dude, holy shit.
He's like, dude, you left him. What's the big deal, asshole?
But no, dude, I started like crying. And, like, I actually started crying. I'm like, dude, like, I don't have I'm single. I don't have anyone that I really talk to except for you. And then it's like I'm losing my best friend, and now no one's gonna be around. And I'm like, I'm just gonna be alone. And I started like crying, and then all of a sudden he called back, "Hey, dude, no, I'm just fucking with you." I'm just like, "Fuck, you suck, dude." Like the amount of relief, but also the amount of pissed off I was because you sit there and do that shit to me all the fucking time.
You know, like the times that I am serious, I'm like, hey, no joke.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. I'll start with immediately. I will
No
start
joke.
with no joke, dude. This is what's going down.
Or like, no joke, this stays between us. Like you can have a very serious tone when you're joking, but at the same time you also label. They're like, hey, dude, I'm being serious right now.
Yeah. Like because if it's weird because when I'm joking, like, bro, are you serious? I'm like, oh yeah, dude.
Like the time you convinced me, your dad was black,
dude.
But you got your mom in on that one.
Oh, she does it every time. Anytime, like, I'll just call her up and she just knows when I mean it too. Like, mom, and she'll be like, yeah, your dad's black. Look, I gotta go back to work, and everybody's like, oh, dad's black.
That's where I get my huge dong from.
Whoa. Can I get a gyroscope for that big fucker to keep me balanced?
Oh, fuck.
Cockzilla. Dude, no. Fucking for like 8 years, I had... Okay, it was more like 5. Dan, like his girlfriend's sister, and his girlfriend's friend.
Yeah.
All 3 of them girls for years thought my dad was black. Until finally one night they decide to actually get a hold of my ID while I'm passed out drunk and like literally search the web, right? Finds my dad. Got the same last name. We're friends on Facebook at the time, and well, we are now, but like they just weren't putting 2 and 2 together. So they messaged him like, "Are you Josh's father?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then like 2 weeks later, I called my dad and I was like, "Hey, thanks for helping me today. I love you." And he's like, "Your black daddy loves you too, son." And I'm like, I put 2 and 2 together immediately, and I'm like, "Did they call you?" And like, "No, they found me on Facebook." And he told me the story. I'm like, these broads.
See what happens? You're like the boy who cried wolf. Swear to God.
I'm the boy that won an Oscar for crying wolf. Or an Emmy or something.
Something Leonardo DiCaprio took years to master.
He could have taken a page out of my book. And he finally did. Now he's finally got one of them some bitches.
He was following you around like the paparazzi, just sitting there.
He's like, I don't know if this kid is... What?
Fascinating.
Holy shit. He just told that bitch he was a space hooker and she believed him. Fuck, this guy could have drew a circle right beneath him and said it was a manhole and they'd believe it. They'd call him Jesus. All right, I'm not that good, but I do need to work on, like, I gotta stop fucking with people.
You do. You actually.
I think it's the level of sarcasm that I have that kind of goes with it too. I don't know, man.
It's no. So here's the thing. I am all for sarcasm. And I am all for like joking around. It's your tone and your delivery that you don't change your pitch. You don't change your tone. Your delivery is still on point. Your pitch doesn't change. It is like you have the seriousness, and it fucks with me. This is why I have serious trust issues. It fucks
with everybody, dude.
This is why I have trust issues. Like you could tell me that there's an imminent nuclear strike. I'm still double checking, triple checking, and you're like, no, it's gonna happen here. Okay, buddy. All right, yeah. Check that.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say anything about nuclear strikes. Let me read you a text of what I told my brother today. I just thought it was funny.
Which one?
It's got nothing to do with our conversation. Adam.
Okay.
I was like, you literally haven't changed. And I sent him a picture of us when we were kids. That's him. Nothing's changed with
Jesus
this kid.
Christ.
There's me right there. Sorry. That got a little dark.
Gets so fucked. We had to edit it because it's fucked, but we're back now.
I already know what was going through your head right there. You know that's fucked. That I can say it right now, but I can't because then it'd just be more for you to edit later.
Shit! I gotta fucking click. Fuck! call you up while I'm doing it. Josh, we need a better game plan than this, dude.
Boobs.
I like boobs.
Word. Everybody loves boobs. All boobs.
Yes.
All boobs. Big boobs. Little boobs. Medium boobs.
We're getting really close to me having to edit this shit out too.
Boobs.
So there's a new season of Sea of Thieves that I'm actively playing. This one, last season was all about Reapers, so PvP. This one is about. Can you not hold it with 2 hands, please?
Because I like to pretend it's a nice cup of cocoa.
That's exactly what I was.
But I'm a single mom who is an alcoholic who thinks that the divorce was not her fault, but it was.
Jesus.
I'll find a man.
Sea of Thieves.
Word.
So new ones is about smugglers. So they added new items that you can pick up, new treasures. However, I do feel like it's kind of bullshit because I can't sell it to anything but the smugglers. You gotta find the hideouts that are scattered all across the fucking map. Now I will admit you get some decent gold for it, and they're easy to find.
You know, it'd be cool.
What?
Is if they had like AI ships.
They do.
Do they? I don't know. I haven't played it.
So they do. So it's called skeleton. So they got skelly ships. Skeleton. Well, my friend, she calls them skelly ships.
Well, no, I mean like not skeletons, but like the Royal Navy of sorts, kind of like something like that. So like, they're transporting treasure or something. Like, intercept this boat, get this kind of X loot, and then whatever else you can carry is yours. Like,
so that's kind of like a. That's
how cool would that be?
They kind of do that with Skull and Bones, but that's nothing like Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones is like pure. It's an MMO for pure naval combat, but they kind of do have something similar to that. But it is skeleton ships, and then they have ghost ships. But I think the closest thing that you're talking about would be Flameheart, which is a massive ship that you can actually take over.
Huge.
It is the biggest ship in the game, and you can board it. And if you take control of it, then skeleton crew pop up, and you can sail around. You literally become a world event. And you got your front facing weapon. It's a giant flamethrower, and then the skeletons that pop up on the ship, they will actually help fire the cannons. They will repair holes.
Nice.
They'll do whatever you need them to. But yeah, no, it is pretty cool. I've never faced one because I'm too chicken shit. But I really want to get Flameheart.
If I ever get the game again, it's going to be me running in head first to these fucking situations.
Oh, and you know what?
That's the one thing the people that I play with, they can't, it's the one thing they love and hate about me. It's just, I'm in there getting all this shit so we can get as much money as we can carry, And it's either works really well or it doesn't.
So one thing that some of my friends that I play with that they don't like is whenever they're playing with me, they can go a session or two without finding any gunpowder barrels. If they're playing with me, they find an overabundance of it, and I love gunpowder barrels. This new season,
like me in the forest with Molotovs,
exactly,
explosives. I'm always building explosive, and everybody's like, "Stop!"
I've had to yell at you. I've had to yell at you multiple times because you kept fucking throwing. Like you're like, okay, you're like Molotov. I'm like, dude, you need to announce it before you throw it because you got me.
I announced it while I was throwing it. I'm also like building other bombs too. Everybody's like, I can't even find the materials for this shit. You're just throwing this shit out here. You ain't got no room for it in your inventory.
Yes, I do. That's why it's there.
Yep.
But so one of the new items that they also added was this black powder keg. Now, unlike the other ones, because you got a regular gunpowder keg.
Sorry.
Good?
Yeah, I just respectfully, I don't mean to interrupt. It just reminded me of that time when I first started playing with you and Joy on the forest.
Yeah.
And she's like, we had just built the wall around our little area, and she's like, man, I really wish I had Molotovs. Just make it a light. She's like, no, stop.
Sorry about that. I had to edit all the noise out from my 7 pounds of terror.
But yeah, so then she's like, oh, he'll run out soon. No, he won't. He just pulls the materials out of his ass. He just finds shit.
Dude, you find shit and you set things on fire. And I'm not going to lie, the black powder kegs, the different versions of powder kegs that they have. So you got the regular powder kegs, and then you got the stronghold powder kegs. Then you have the King's Stronghold, I want to say. That one, when you blow it up, it goes green. That's one of the strongest ones you can have. These black powder kegs are about 3 times stronger than that. And the thing was that I found out skeletons can actually spawn because, whenever you go to an island or whatever, there's skeletons. They'll pop up. Someone will sit there, pop up carrying a keg. These skeletons will pop up with a black powder keg. And here's the thing, though, is that I've seen multiple people with, who try these kegs out. You can't get far enough away from it. It is so ridiculous. I took out 3 skeleton captains with 1 powder keg. That's how powerful it is. It was pretty fucking great. I have new babies, so like with you with Molotovs, that's like me and my powder kegs.
We could just have a ship that's just kegs.
Oh, speaking of ship and kegs, some of the rowboats actually have kegs attached to the back, and you can light the fuse, and you can basically kamikaze. Or
that sounds like something I'd like to do.
Or if you can tuck aboard someone's ship or jump onto their ship, if they have a rowboat with a keg, you can just go there, light the fuse, hop off. They'd have to detach their own rowboat if they want to. I mean, granted, rowboats are plentiful around, but still, they'll never know. All you'd have to do is, thinking of a good plan, go down to their little stovetop, put some food in there, let it burn, so that way it catches the ship on fire. Go there, light the fucking keg on the back of the rowboat, hop off. There you go. Make everything burn, explode. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and I want you to get the game so that way we can cross-play. We definitely should be sailing.
I don't know. I'm gonna end up buying the game, and you're just gonna get sick of me.
I mean, I'm already sick of you, but
I do miss playing the forest with you, though.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. The forest was our game, and we need to get Sons of the Forest somehow, because I know we've talked about it a lot, but the forest.
Isn't it still on PC only?
I swear, I'm gonna have to check, but I don't know. Can you see if it's on a Xbox or PlayStation?
Yeah.
Because that was. I will say that's where we put most of our effort. Like we would get off of work and just fucking just go and like.
I mean, dude, like in our first session, we already had established like the fence and where we sleep.
Oh yeah, no, we and then we built on our base.
I think we should challenge ourselves and turn on the destructive capabilities, though.
Oh no, because when we get that, because we literally just survived so long that those great mutants decided to come out, and those are harder to kill.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like we already caused global warming enough, but with the deforestation we did,
we forgot to turn on the regrowth system.
No, we didn't.
I did. That's why nothing was growing back.
You did?
Yeah. For some reason, that was shut off.
There was miles of fucking just nothing but stumps. We couldn't go anywhere without any goddamn trees.
So it is not on anything. It is, as of now, it is just PC exclusive.
Shit.
There's no official word on a console release for PlayStation or Xbox. That's crazy,
dude.
For how good it did on console and PC.
You know, another game. Another game is The Raft. The Raft would be a pretty good one. That one's a little cartoony, but
another reason is because the game is initially developed for PC platforms.
That's fucking bullshit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you release the first game strict, on all platforms, but then restrict your second game to just PC, you're a piece of shit.
I'm sure they're gonna start working on it. I mean, so far the excuse is it's still a relatively new game. It's been out for like over a year now.
It's well over a year.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the reason why it's taking so long is because even now the forest is still kind of buggy, bro.
It's always been buggy though.
Yeah. So I think they want to prevent that. They're trying to give it a better dynamic and a better. What is the word I'm looking for? Just a better experience.
Yeah, okay, I get that because I mean, I will say from the gameplay I've seen, the graphics are 10 times better. It's not as kind of pixelated as it used to be.
That being said, though, Bethesda bros,
yeah,
our fondest experiences were probably on some of the most glitchiest games.
we're used to the glitch.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes at this point it's just a welcome fond moment.
It's a funny experience that we can just sit there and laugh over,
or use to our advantage.
Yes, yes.
How I used to fast travel? I had a giant smack me in Skyrim with a shield. That was before they patched it. So what most people don't. I wish I had the evidence for this, but at least on Xbox 360 Skyrim. So you remember how when you get hit with a giant, you just go flying. They fixed it. People didn't like it. They brought it back. Before they fixed it, there was a way you could do that without dying. You just had to coordinate the direction you wanted to go. You could go pretty far. You just needed a good shield. So at least the iron one. So if you did enough cave dwelling, you'd find a cast iron shield or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was usually good enough for me. I'd use that to just, plus your blocking skill would increase a lot by that, especially if you're low enough level. I'd fucking just hunker down, crouch, and whee!
One of my favorite glitches from Bethesda was the 360 Oblivion. All right, I don't know if anyone...
That game.
I don't know if...
was kind of a train wreck.
Hey, it was actually good. That was my first...
No. Let me explain. So when they were doing the other languages for other countries and stuff, I think it was a Spanish word for train, as in in the subtitles would be like, oh, you're training, but there's two different words for train, obviously.
Yeah. In
different countries, whereas we have train.
Are they saying that you're getting a train ran on you?
Basically, that's what it would sound like. It would sound like it would either be like you're training to fight, but the word for train they used was for the locomotive train. So they'd be like, what?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense because they did a poor job porting over the linguistics part of it for other countries. That part was a train wreck. There were some glitches here and there, which I'm sure you're about. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. One of the biggest.
The remaster was good too.
A
lot of people. There's some people out there that weren't too happy with it, and I'm like, what?
It has great graphics. Although I will say I was spoiled by Skyrim because I really wanted the dual weapon back, and I mean I love Oblivion. It is my favorite Elder Scrolls game to date.
Honestly, though, Nate was telling me because Nate played that religiously.
Oh yeah, I did.
The original.
Oh yeah, so did I.
And there were some stats in there that didn't really do shit. That if you wanted to dump into
acrobat,
not true.
athletic.
No, acrobat was fine, dude. I've never had an issue with leveling acrobat. I can climb to the tallest fucking tower, jump off, and land and take minimal damage. I never had an issue with that. But Nate really so I run more physical, if not tanky. It'll be stealth, right? Nate, there was something one of the stats he runs, because he runs mostly magic. So whether it be healing or, I don't remember which one it was, but it was supposed to boost your wisdom, which would boost like your other stats and whatever for your intelligence or blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it works in this game. He's like, if I popped in, made a character just like this, built it just this way on the 360 that I have, it wouldn't work the way that I wanted to. There was a lot that they fixed in it.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think it worked out really good.
The glitch I was talking about.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. The glitch on the original 360 I was talking about was if you had like multiple, like say you had like 32 lightning spell scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do is that you double click on A, go to whatever item that you want to duplicate, drop it, and that's how I made most of my gold. Is because I'd sit there and I'd drop it, and because of Oblivion's and merchants, they never their gold never ran out. So I'd go to the staff seller and then
that's right. Skyrim's did. Even if you found their little their loot chest.
That's underneath the map.
Yeah. Even that had a certain amount in there, so it wasn't infinite. You'd have to wait for it to respawn.
But Oblivion, I did that, and it was what I'd always do is right when I started a character, I'd get that goblin. The goblin shaman staff, and I'd sit there and I'd get like multiple. I'd spend all my gold to get multiple spells, duplicate that, make sure I keep one for reserve, and then sit there and sell the rest. And I just sit there and do that over and over and over again until I sit there and bought everything that I fucking wanted. There was also there was also another inn, kind of I want to say northwest of the Imperial City, and if you wanted like full sets of like higher level armor, like if you're like say level 20 or whatever, and you were only able to go up to like you weren't able to go to like orc armor, or like you were only able to go up to like orc armor, but you wanted like Daedric or you wanted something better, you can actually go there. There's a group of adventurers there in that full armor. You just would have to save, kill them, loot their armor, and then serve your time in jail. But yeah, that was.
Don't they take the stolen goods?
It wouldn't be stolen if you killed
that's
them.
True. That's
no. If you kill them, it's rightfully yours, as it should be. If I kill Jeff Bezos, then I should own Amazon.
I don't think he owns Amazon anymore. You probably shouldn't say that.
Figuratively. Wait.
Figuratively.
Wait, no, I learned this at work. Respectfully,
yeah.
Respectfully.
But
that's supposed to make everything better.
I don't think he owns Amazon anymore. So that slimy bastard, I mean, it's legal. He didn't get he paid regular taxes, bro, for the longest time, because he basically said, fuck it, haha, I'm going to get the starting salary of Amazon. But all of the rest of my money is going to go into like stocks and stuff, which went into his own company. Well, here's the it's not uncommon for a CEO or someone of that higher percentile to do that. A smaller tax bracket, and he could get away with it.
Well, and see, that's the thing though, is because when you're at that level, you're able to negotiate your pay. Some people will sit there and lower their pay to where they don't have to pay taxes. However, they get the benefits, was it Elon Musk and all that for Tesla. So he gets minimal pay. Yeah. However, he gets large assets for stocks. That is how he's able to buy all the stuff he has. And people are like, well, they need to pay taxes. They are paying taxes.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're smarter.
They're paying, so they're able to pay their taxes. But the thing is that the only ones that can't really get away with that are politicians. But however, politicians take most of their money and then they put it into charities, because charities
not
are
just that
tax deductible. So
the Democrats, not trying to pick sides here, but everybody's under. I can't remember the source for this, but basically what had happened was you got all these senators and runner-ups and shit that are their net worth is like $114,000. So they're making six figures a year. But why are you living in $1 million homes, right? And they found out that they had access to the market basically.
So
of what is it? Intertrading or
insider
whatever.
trading.
Insider trading.
So
yes.
So actually, here's the thing:
Fuck.
is that so by law that is illegal, and I'm going to say this: politicians follow that. However, you are right because everyone, anyone who notices it, because the average senator's salary, or like average senator, is $112,000 a year.
Right, they're making a healthy six figures.
You can actually look that up on online, and you can actually see when they amended it. It's Congress.gov or something like that? Because I actually did. I looked into all that. You can see where they increased their pay. What?
Right, but it didn't stop a select few people from doing it.
Well, but the thing is, though, is that you're right, because take Bernie Sanders, for instance. Bernie Sanders has multiple homes.
I can't stop hearing his voice now.
He has multiple homes. So he has multiple multi-million-dollar homes. What kind of
bird do you think he would be? Like an owl?
Fuck no. Pelican.
I don't know, dude. Not a pelican. Something that's close to an owl. Something nutty. What kind of bird are you, Sanders? Bertie Sanders.
Bertie Sanders.
Sorry. Go ahead.
All right, but anyway, so yeah, he has multi-million-dollar homes. Yet, if you look at his annual salary, it is $112,000 a year, and has been for I want to say a good third of his career as a politician, because he has been in politics for decades.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: is that the only way to actually afford those homes would be to buy those homes and get those under your name, is to have not paid a single penny and save up every dime that you make, in Congress, in order to afford one of those homes. How the hell are you able to afford multiple? That means that there has to be assets levied against him in order to get the loan to pay off those houses, or in order to get those loans for those houses. But, anyway, enough about politics, because then we're going to start.
Yeah, we're going to start ranting. Look, I know I should probably have brought up better sources for that, but that was happening. And I'm sure, I don't know. Like, I don't want you guys thinking that I'm just like, oh, you're fucking one-sided about this. Look, let me just say that there are politicians out there doing that. That were doing that and now are under investigation. I'm just saying, like, it sucks for the little people like us.
Yeah. Where's my multi-million-dollar home?
No shit. See, I don't think it would work, me working at your company, because, dude, anytime I've ever lived in one state and worked in another, they tax the shit out of you. And I think that's stupid. Why are you taxing me for working in one state? I don't live there. I work there. So now you're taking out twice as much almost for me to be working in one state and living in the other.
So here's the thing, is that because Illinois and Iowa reciprocity, Illinois has reciprocity with the surrounding states. That's how I got fucked the first 3 years doing armored truck work, because the company I was working with didn't pay my Illinois taxes. And so I was paying so every dime that I made, like every bit of savings I did, fucking went to every year going to paying their taxes. It wasn't until I actually got on the phone with one of the CEOs, and then I got my shit ruined, because I called him up. I'm like, hey, look, this isn't right. There's no Illinois tax reciprocity. I've talked to your payroll lady. She argued with me on it. I can send you these documents that show there's an Illinois tax reciprocity. I have the tax form right now. I can send you. I can fill it out. We can put it under my paperwork. It's fine. I get back to base, and fucking all of a sudden the supervisor's standing right there, and he's got his arms crossed. Like he's real pissed off. He looks at me and goes, do you not know the shitstorm that you just unleashed on this place? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, You get paid decent. You can pay your taxes. I'm like, no. My
That's
taxes.
not how that fucking
I'm like,
works,
no. My taxes should already be being paid. All right, that is the company's job, not my job. And yeah, that dude didn't talk to me for like 2 days. The manager didn't really talk to me for quite a while. And I was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're not going to sit there and screw me over. I'm just trying to make sure that my shit, you guys didn't pay us overtime. And I'm sitting here working 50, 60 hours a week.
I don't know. Everybody's like, come work in Illinois. And I'm like, I'm not going through that shit again, dude. Because there was one job, I'm not going to say where or what, but I was working in Iowa.
As a male stripper.
Yeah. No.
What is so fucking funny, dude?
Don't worry about it.
No, come on, dude. Do I look fat or something? Or fat turd?
Brian!
I know, I already look fat. Do I look fatter?
It ain't got nothing to do with that. It just reminded me of fucking Liz was talking shit about us.
About what?
So remember that old high school reunion photo we took?
Oh, yeah.
I showed her the original, and she's like, y'all look fucking stupid. And I'm like, bitch! And she's like, and somehow you got taller. I was like, yeah, what about it?
I got fatter.
If you want, you can hit the gym with me. My garage gym.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that work, I have a... I actually have a subscription. Like, they have a gym on site that I used to go to after training. I used to sit there and do, circuits and do high-intensity circuits. And it was decent, but it's weird. After working 10 hours, and then going on shift for 12, that 2 hours makes a difference.
I'm really pushing to get into like the shape I was in high school because I got back into trying to do more cardio outside of hiking, and I was hitting the punching bag, and I was like, well, most of you don't know. For those of you who don't the only source of cardio you use is like jogging, walking, or hiking. Nothing against that because I hike. I love hiking. But when you're hitting a punching bag, I'm telling you, by the time if you can make it to 3 minutes, you are drenched in sweat.
That's more endurance than cardio.
It is still a good source of cardio, though.
It can be, yeah.
It is. And I'm telling you now, I got like 2 minutes in, and I'm like, holy shit, I need water.
Just do whatever you want to me.
Yeah.
Just lay down. I'll do whatever you want to me. Just don't get it in my hair.
So now I'm getting back into that, and as I already told you before, I'm getting a weight set that I'm gonna put together in the garage, and I got extra weights coming with it too. So I'm about to utilize the fuck out of that.
Yeah, if I got to a job to where I no longer have to work 12s, because I can't tell you the last time I had a job that I was able to work less than 11 hours.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It's been years since I've worked. I mean, there are certain times when I have gotten done within, 7-8 hours. And when I get home, I feel so weird.
It is. Remember the first time I worked with you at said company? And you were like, yeah, you'll probably get about 50, 60 hours this week. And I was like, I'm not going to get an 80-hour week? That seems a little low, doesn't it? And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm just saying, like, am I even gonna be able to pay my bills? He's like, dude, hold on. He sat me down. He's like, are you okay? He's like 80 hours is a lot. I was like, well, yeah, I used to work 16-hour shifts. And he's like, we don't do that here anymore. He's like, yeah, you'll probably work 12 to 14 hours sometimes, but like every day. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you make more now than you did there, and you don't need to work 16-hour shifts.
But so 12 hours does get to you like after a while.
It does, but where you are at now is more consistent.
Oh, it is very...
You have a better balance.
It is a very good consistent, with the 2 days on, 2 days off type deal, which I will say, like, that really helps out. However, I am trying to fill in those days off with overtime because I'm trying to get more money, and, only because it's like, I want to, eventually get my own place again. It's not that I can't afford it now. It's just I don't want to go back to an apartment. and I don't want to go back to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you live in an apartment, that's fine. If you live in a trailer, that's fine. I love my trailer.
You're out there doing your own thing and you're living your life.
Yeah.
You're on your own. There's nothing wrong with that.
I just want to have a house. I'll rent out a house, and that's my aspect.
Liz and I have caught each other looking at houses for sale, and I'm just like, we don't want to do it right now. I mean, not unless another fucking pandemic happens. That's the only reason why Nate got his house at a decent fucking payment plan, was because all of that died in their dropped it down to like a 2%
mortgage.
Yeah, for the mortgage stuff. Right now the average is like we did the math. He and I sat down and did the math. It's like a 7% fucking interest, basically.
Ew, gross.
He got it when it was down to 2, but that's because COVID hit and it was fresh as shit. And he's like, fuck, when's the next time I'm going to see that? So, I mean, he jumped on it. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He already had money put aside for a down payment. So, I mean, I'd have done the same thing if I knew what the fuck I was doing at that time. It's a problem. You know, they say they teach us how to be adults, but they really don't.
They don't.
Like, they had a class that taught us how to balance a checkbook, but they didn't tell you, like, here's how you do your taxes. Here's how you pay your mortgage. If they taught us how to do all that, like...
Let me ask you this. When was the last time you wrote a check?
Brian, I haven't wrote a check in a very long time.
Exactly. Everything is done with a debit card nowadays. And
it is a lot easier.
It is. But the issue is, though, is that they sit there and they taught us all these skills, and they're like, hey...
They're useless now. They're fucking useless. Remember back in the day when you could pay for McDonald's with a check?
Do you remember back in the day when McDonald's actually used to be a value meal where you can spend $10 and feed a family of 4?
Yeah. It's not the dollar menu if it's like $2 after tax.
No.
Just saying.
No, like a Mac and like a
Same
Big
thing
Mac.
with the dollar store and the Dollar Tree.
A Big Mac used to be like $4 now it's like 10.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I will say. Like, we had it easy, where Walmart was 24 hours. Fucking McDonald's and everything like that, you could have $10 and have an entire plate. Like,
you know what's fucked up is when you're shopping food. Like, you're shopping for food for week to week, like at the grocery store, not for the month, but just for the week, because you can't do month to month. Because it's $100 just to get food for the week, minimum.
It depends.
And that's
depends on what you get.
I'm not even including deodorant and I use foot powder because I like to deodorize my boots and my feet because I don't want to get athlete's foot and smell god awful.
Yeah.
Sue me. So aside from self-care products, just food, and it is not a lot. I look broke as shit when I go to the store, dude, because I'm literally shopping week to week because it costs, like I said, without self-care products, it's like $100. So that's like $400 a month I'm spending just on food.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting like pizza rolls or anything like that. I'm getting stuff that I can like cook on the stove, not like microwave or anything like that. Like because I'm trying to save money, but dude, you can't even do that.
No, it's gotten to the point where like, you know, all people can really afford is anything that's frozen and already in a bag, and it's like
processed shit.
You know, and we're not dogging on you.
No, like we're all fucking going through it, dude. I think it's ridiculous
that's our only option.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they're like, well, why don't you grow things? I would love to sit there and start a garden. However, where do I have the time? Exactly. The time is the aspect.
The jobs we work and the days we have off are spent either paying bills or
catching up on everything from, the days we were working.
Yeah. Essentially.
I don't know. It's stupid. The fact that, like, all this shit is so fucking expensive, and they're like, and people want to sit there and bitch, moan, and complain. Well, pay us more. Well, depending on where you're working, and not to get political, higher wages means increase in price because we're, especially at superstores, Walmart, Costco, Where do you think their profit comes from? It comes from selling things. And
At increased values.
Yeah, at a wage, if you increase that wage, then they have to add more to that because, again, that is the product that they're selling is where your pay is coming from. It's not coming out of thin air. All their revenue is based on selling things.
Yeah. So, like, they got to base things on what they pay because the inflation from the economy and whatever. They can Okay, so the thing is they don't want to balance out. That's not like a bid. Like, they buy for what they can get, and then they sell it for more than what they bought it for, so they can make profit. They got to make that money back.
Yeah, they got to at least make that money back, and then of course, it is a business. They want to make a little bit of profit.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, all the finances are bullshit and stuff like that. It's like, what, if people were able to sit there and grow, have small gardens for themselves and grow their own vegetables, do you want to know how many superstores would be put out of business? How many farmers would be put out of business?
Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
Agriculture would the farmers at that point would all switch to growing corn just so that they can grow
biodiesel and stuff like that. Like soybeans and corn for biodiesel.
Yeah. They'd switch their produce. And at this point, Democrat or Republican, whoever's in office, just fix the fucking economy. Stop making, dude, you're already everybody's a fucking millionaire sitting in those seats. You know what I mean? And they're only getting richer. What about us? Even people that are making good money are still kind of struggling.
This is a good gaming podcast.
Man, I don't care about that.
But no, you 100%. No, I get you.
Oh my God.
No,
It's frustrating. I know that, yes, this is a gaming podcast, but sometimes shit just needs to be said.
No, it is. Yeah, you're right.
It
is a shitty situation, but you know what? We'll get through it together.
I can only hope so.
Together, buddy.
Because I'm tired of being broke.
Getting ready to start selling feet pics here in a second.
Word.
That's why all these girls have fucking spicy counts, is because they're trying to afford groceries.
No, they're not. They like the attention.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just there's a lot of shit that the government wants you dependent on. They want some people want you dependent on the government. Others are trying to get you off the government, but also trying to increase profit. And it's like,
well, how are you going to do that when you're trying to replace everybody with robots? Where am I going to... If I can't have a job, how am I supposed to pay for anything?
Sell feet pics.
How are they going to pay for my feet pics?
No,
everybody's out of fucking work.
No, it's only the big executives that still have
I might not be smart, but I can tell you this. The economy works best when there's enough jobs for everybody.
Yeah.
The more back then, the idea was to spend money but save money, right?
Yep.
So that was healthy. Back then, you could buy a car for $1,500 brand new, right? You could buy a house for maybe $10,000 at the most. Okay. And people were spending and saving money. The economy was circulating that cash. It was great. And then something fucking went wrong. And now it's this. Like I said, there's probably people screaming in the chat bro, you don't know what you're talking about. I might not, but I mean, can you buy a brand new car for $1,500, or are you spending $70,000 for your new fucking diesel truck? That's basically a used house that's a fixer-upper.
Dude, and also the fact that if you're trying to buy even a 2-bedroom house, you're spending well over $150,000, which is, if you look at statistics, are only the top 10% of people making in America right now are making that kind of wage. And it's nuts, dude.
I know y'all are like, bro, y'all don't know anything. Stop talking about this shit. Get back to the games. But I don't know what to talk about right now. I'm just ranting.
Want us to go back to a game? How about a game called Life? The board game.
It's a fun game, though. You know what we should do? We should, like, when you know how I keep telling you, like, we should do another podcast where we're both drunk. We should have we should play
You're
Life.
not?
I'm not drunk.
You're not?
No.
Okay.
Are you?
I'm kind of getting there.
That's okay. Maybe I'll get there too. But I'm just saying, like, you know how fun that would be? Is like me and you just playing Life while talking on the podcast. I'm not
Fuck,
going.
I got twins.
Fuck. Why is my car full of kids? There's no rule in this game that says I can't drop them off somewhere.
There's no laws in this game. They're getting put up for adoption.
Fuck these guys. I am the police. That is always like the first career choice I'm always given in that game. Every time I play. Yeah.
No shit.
Swear to God, dude. I freaked the fuck out because I used to play that game with my mom and my brothers growing up. I haven't played it for years. And then when our roommates used to live with us at the time, they pulled it out. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's play. I got it again. It's the first career that showed up. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And it's the only good one right now. Fuck.
No, you just want to beat up minorities.
Nah, I ain't about that.
No, you're not. You were at one point.
At one point, I was about fighting anybody that had a problem.
Well, I think this is a good spot to end the episode. So
we kind of went on a little bit of everywhere. The ADHD was here tonight for sure.
The brain cells were just bouncing around.
We had a lot to bitch about and a lot to talk about. Now, full disclosure, I'm not out here saying like I'm the toughest son of a bitch on the block.
No, but he's saying his cock
there's always
is the biggest.
There's always Nah, I'm just joking, but there's always a bigger fish, right? Anyways, you don't know until you try.
All right. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thanks.